Good day, guys, and welcome back to this channel, Market Watch and Master FX, and obviously my name, Tyron Griffiths. And we are based in South Africa, Cape Town, South Africa. And again, guys, a Merry Christmas. We've obviously just had Christmas weekend, and today's Boxing Day in South Africa, the 27th. And this will be a video, our last video for 2021. And again, thanks for all who have been on the channel and giving us feedback regarding our videos. So today is not going to be a long one. I just want to recap, go over some few pointers that we've had in the past coming weeks, and what we need to then maybe do for our 2022. So guys, let's get into it. I really hope you've had a restful weekend with the family, and it's always good to have a bit of a time out and get refreshed for the year ahead, because we know it is very, very fast paced these days, and we just, you know, time just goes by very, very quickly. So guys, let's just get into it. And again, what I want to first review, I've made a few pointers we can have a look at. And I would love your guys' feedback and also questions, please, to get back to us and say, you know, what else we can start looking for in the coming year. So what I want to show through and go for you guys is a quick little review and point out a few things that we've touched on, all right? And one of the first ones I just want to talk about, okay, because we've been talking about crypto, we've been talking about investments and, you know, all that type of stuff. And everybody wants to make money. We all want to make money. We all, you know, don't want to lose money. But the first little line there that I like to say, one of my expressions is, if you don't risk it, you won't get the biscuit. All right. And now what that means is you can't, with investing or trading or day trading, you can't make money without essentially risking money, okay? You need to risk money, as in, you know, you need to say, right, I need to invest $100 to want to make $200, you know, or whatever the case may be. So you have to risk money in order to make a return. Whether you're risking your time and your energy to make a return, whether you're wanting to sell a product, okay, you need to buy the product, put a markup on and sell it. So you are risking some capital, because if no one buys the product, you've spent your money on the product, now you have a product. So you always need to risk it. So investing or trading is risky, okay, and should only be done with money you're willing to lose. You have to be willing to risk money to make a return. So this is just a few pointers that we've touched on through the year, and something to remember as we go into 2022. Also, knowledge. If you are new to looking at investments and trading yourself, rather invest in knowledge, right? Gather information, gather guidance, ask questions to people that are in the game, understanding or trading, investing, and look at where to get this information. Where do I need to invest in crypto? Where do I need to invest in stocks? And understand when it is the right time to invest. That's very, very important. You know, it doesn't mean that, for instance, Bitcoin is just going up, that we just need to invest and buy Bitcoin. That is not the case, because you can lose money very, very fast. Okay, that is why we need to gather information, understand it's a risk, gather information. When is the right time to get in? When is the right time to invest? And also, what are the different terms of investing? You can do a short-term investment. You can do a long-term investment. You can day trade, so you don't generally have to buy the actual stock or crypto. You can just trade the intraday price, okay? And that is a good way as well to make a return. So gather knowledge before you start getting into this type of guidance, because a lot of people, you know, they're not too sure. Most people these days don't know where to invest, and the only thing that generally people invest is they either save money in a bank, or they put their money into a retirement fund or a new annuity, and that's basically somebody is taking your money and they are diversifying it and putting it in different stocks and shares, all right? And most of the time you wouldn't know where that money is sitting, all right? But they're doing the same thing. They're taking your money and they're investing it in different stocks and shares. So once we understand that, we need to know that there's many investment assets, many. There's so much, and sometimes I get a little bit overwhelmed with it because we think that we just want to make money with everything. But generally, that then means that you're all over the place, and you tend to then lose, all right, more because you're risking more as well. So many investments. There's the foreign exchange market where you're actually investing in a currency, the US dollar or the British pound. Then we have stocks, so you're investing in different types of stock shares. You got Microsoft, there's MTN, Vodacom. There's different types of stocks and shares that we can invest in. Okay. Then we have our cryptocurrencies, which we've been obviously looking at in the past few weeks. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple. We have so many altcoins as well. That is crazy. So just cryptocurrency in itself, just stocks, just Forex, there are hundreds and hundreds of opportunities to make money. And again, there's opportunities where we can intraday trade. There's opportunities where we can buy and you're holding it for a long-term period, right? Which could be stocks. Forex, generally, though, you'll be trading in the day, 2 days in a week, that type time frame, but you can do that with stocks and you can do it with cryptocurrencies. Then we have tokens, all right? There's different types of tokens we've been looking at as well, where companies have public companies that are backed, okay? And they are asking people to purchase these tokens and coins where they will then get a dividends through that, all right? And you're investing in a company's assets. So that could be your token side. Then we have NFTs, which is another whole ball game that has exploded this year, which we've seen. And we've seen as well, obviously, NFTs are this digital artwork that people are purchasing. And we've had one which was 500 million that we've seen, that we've gone over some of our videos. So the market again on NFT, where people are trying to invest, people are trying to create their own NFTs and sell it. It's just opening up crazy opportunities. But again, we need to not get sidetracked by this type of thing. Then we have commodities, where we can invest in gold, silver, oil, okay, copper. You can invest in those things. Same thing, you can invest long-term, short-term, day trading, intraday trading. There's so many opportunities to make money, but what I can suggest to you is to stick to a few, maybe a handful. Maybe look at, if you are a trader and you're a day trader, look at trading Forex for your day and investing longer term in some stocks and cryptocurrencies. You don't have to now do everything, because you can make money in one or two of these things. And I'll go over, when we do a look at a bit of the chart, and I'll show you, for instance, monetary wise, where we can make money over a certain period of time. So then we've also looked at Bitcoin. Our cryptocurrencies have done all-time highs this year, 2021. Bitcoin has hit crazy amounts, over 60,000. But where are we going now? We've lately had the bear, a bit of a bear crash. Where are we going to be going down? And points that we've touched on, which we need to keep an eye on going into 2022, is things to watch, all right, for crypto. A lot of regulation. People are talking about being regulated. A lot of policies coming into play with the tax. And also there's the new spot ETF to be passed. People are trying to now do this ETF, where if it is passed, it'll be a safer environment for people to invest in Bitcoin. And then we have the US inflation, which is an ongoing thing now going into 2022. There's the tapering of purchasing bonds, and we could be in a bubble with US, and generally that will filter through the rest of the year. We've had this now new Omicron for the pandemic, which has caused a whole lot of craziness again in the world. So all these things are playing a big part, all right? But we need to start seeing the regulation come into play. We need to see this new spot ETF be passed. We then need to see the more adoption of Bitcoin, all right? Like the companies, like countries like El Salvador, new payment solutions. once these start coming into play, I think we're going to be definitely seeing Bitcoin and cryptos then having the real bull run, all right? And we could start seeing then the 100,000s, 200,000s of Bitcoin coming into play. But right now, I feel we're going to be coming right down, coming to the lows, and then once these policies come into play, the ETFs being passed, we could then start seeing this going up. And again, with the US inflation, if the economy is getting bad, people are then will also start to push money a little bit more into cryptocurrencies, into your golds. All right, so that's something to keep an eye on for our cryptocurrency. Then we've seen Metaverse, right, which is Facebook changed its name. They're now creating this digital world where you can buy land, you can buy assets. Even Nike is investing in the Metaverse. And something to watch as well, guys. Again, I'm mentioning it again so people can have understanding what I think Mark Zuckerberg's goal is. On Netflix, the movie is called Ready Player One, and it's a great movie to understand the metaverse. And we've seen celebrities, Snoop Dogg, buying land and getting into the metaverse. Then with the metaverse itself, there are the top stocks to now invest in, which are linked to the metaverse, right? So there's so many things now going into more investment opportunities, which could then be very, very big in the coming years. And a lot of them, I know there's one that's involved. Obviously, Microsoft, Apple, they'll all be involved there. Zoom Technologies, Tencent is a Chinese company as well with the internet, and one that I've been following as well, Naspers, which I invest in as well. So Naspers, Tencent, those are all dealing with the internet and solutions, which was going to be very, very big and linked to the metaverse. Then we have obviously the NFT, digital art being created on the blockchain, bought and sold for millions, all right? And the same thing we've touched on, needs to be more regulated. People are buying ridiculous amounts with the worth of NFTs, $500 million. But I think this could be linked to money laundering, okay? It's just a smarter way people have come up with trying to filter this money. I mean, why would somebody pay 500 million for a silly picture? It doesn't do anything, and to me that could be tax write-off. Okay, so just something to picture, something to think about. Don't think now, oh, you missed out, you need to get into the NFT opportunity. Rather stick to things you understand, things that you know, like companies and Apple and all that, to start investing in slowly. And then you can start looking at more of as a short-term investment, which will be your cryptocurrencies, your stocks and your shares, all right? So rather stick to, and that's what I like to do, is rather stick to my Forex or my commodities to trade short-term, okay? And not necessarily buying it, I'm trading the price. And then from there, you take profits, and then that can be pushed into a longer-term crypto or a stock, right? Which is, for me, I prefer that as a better basis. So guys, always start to look for more the knowledge, understand it's a risk, something to look for the cryptocurrency. We need that regulation policy coming into play, more adoption from cryptocurrency as well. And then we've looked at our ILUS Coin, all right, something new, one of its kind, okay, coin. And what we're doing there is we're investing, all right, into life-saving equipment that is then leased out, and it is backed by a public company, the ILUS International. And if you want to know more about it, guys, iluscoin.com. Great initiative, and it is in the beginning stages. We're in the beginning stages of this company and of this coin. So there's only upside, right? There's only upside, and we're going to be getting into a bit of a chart now. So guys, looking at Bitcoin, obviously it's Christmas, it's end of the year, very slow. I had a small predictions on BTC that we could possibly push down to these lows first and then up, but we can see we have pushed up to the upside, and could potentially just continue back up here to around 56, 58 region, all right? However, though, we have in the area here taken out liquidity in this zone here, so we could see price start to fall slowly back down to these lows from this area. So right now for me, we are in good areas for buying again. We are at good areas for buying. As we can see, we've had on the daily time frame, we at a good discounted price where we could see price rally higher to the upside. So for now, I still believe long term we are still going further down until we start seeing these policies come into play. So for me right now, price is very stalled, but that's because of the end of the year. Okay, guys, same for Ethereum, same for most of the pairs. Again, I had this small analysis that we're going to see Ethereum come down first, and then and we can see we are slowly making our way back up to these areas of around 4,400. So good areas to buy. I would rather wait to see liquidity come back into the market, because it is slow this time of the period. People are off the charts, people are not investing, and we need to wait to see where's that liquidity going to come in and where we're going to be going with this prices. But currently, higher time frame, I do see more downside. I do see more downside for these pairs. And then we have obviously Ripple. We've popped back up into these areas, which I have mentioned. See price, I said we're going to come back up to this here, maybe $1. But for me, I see that we're going to be then coming down now. Once we've retested these areas, price to make its way down. But time will tell. Okay, for me, rather stay off the charts right now, stay off the investment, and start waiting for these liquidity to come back into the market. So that's all I'm going to be going over for those. We're just going to touch again on the ILUS Coin price, and as mentioned, we are at this area which I'm looking for. I'm looking at this zone, this boxed area, for us to start seeing now our reversals. Market's not moving much. Don't get too stressed or FOMO, but we're at this zone here where I'm wanting to see price now start to make its way up with ILUS Coin. So guys, that's it for this video. Just wanted to have a little recap and see where we are, what we've covered, what to look for, what to think about going into 2022. And if you need to reach out to me, here's my Instagram page, MasterFX Global, where we upload the links as well, and just to give you some updated news. And then my personal one, Tyron Griffiths on Instagram, and I will also be uploading this video as well to my Telegram group, where you'll be able to see some breakdowns. We look at some Forex outlook as well, people that want to trade Forex, where could be price be going on some certain pairs. The video, crypto video, which you guys are watching, we will then also be sharing as well by these different channels. So don't delay, like and subscribe. Let's get ready for 2022. And I hope to see more of you engage with us as we go into the new year. Have a good rest of this week. Have a good New Year's. Keep safe. Spend some time with your loved ones. And we'll definitely catch up next week with our first video going into 2022. And I think it's going to be a very, very good year. Keep well. Trade safe. Speak to you guys soon.